Hi, I'm Caroline, and you might have recently seen my apartment home tour on HGTV Handmade. If you did, you know that I really love a cozy space. I basically want to feel cozy. I want to be like in a cocoon all the time, and most people really want their home to feel cozy, but it can be a hard thing to do when you're moving into a new space or a rental space or some place that doesn't feel like yours, maybe even a home you've had for a while and it just doesn't feel personalized or cozy. I'm gonna share some hot tips with you. These are my tips for making your space cozy. The art of coziness is about a lot more than just candles and throw blankets. Although I do like those things, those are good things. But if you're trying to make your space cozy, one of the first things I would think about is layering. And by layering, I mean more than just fabrics, but also the layering of furniture. What do you see beyond your furniture? What's behind that lamp? Where does the art lie on the wall? Giving the eye like depth to follow, the way you want to build depth and dimension into I don't know, like a TV character you watch. You want to also see that depth and dimension in your home. That's what feels really personal. In my own home, there's a couple different like corners and nooks where artwork is partially obscured behind a lamp or a table, or it goes down to the floor and you can't always see all of it. And I love that. It adds like mystery and a story, and it's not just things, it's not just decor pieces lined up side by side. It's like a lived-in three-dimensional space that kind of keeps you guessing and peeking and wondering. And then also layering of textures and materials. Incorporating lots of warm materials such as woods and natural fibers and fabrics definitely does make your home feel cozier, but mostly just making sure to vary the materials you're using. It's great to hang curtains on your windows, and that's not just decorative. It's not just for color or pattern, that's actually for depth and texture. Because say you have like a white wall, adding white curtains even to a white wall, same color, still adds a lot because it's dimension, it's a different texture, it's a fabric. So those kinds of layers, just like adding complexity, it gives the feeling of the long span of life that has taken place in your home. And I will say that textures also include light, in my opinion, how you're using light in your space, whether it's natural light or incorporating different accent light pieces, as well as plants. I consider plants a whole texture of their own, and both light and plants kind of inject a sense of life into your space, and that's when you get the sense it's feel lived in, that's inhabited, and what makes it feel like a home and not a showroom, not a hotel. Something else I really recommend is to try to design with surprises. And by that I mean, I think it's really great that, you know, Instagram and Pinterest have all this flood of inspo images we all look at, but the problem that can come with that sometimes is that your space ends up looking like something that's already out there. It ends up looking like someone else's, or you know, a bunch of spaces copy each other, and then your space will feel like a showroom and not like your personal home. So when you design with surprises and you choose to do something that's not as predictable or not quite matchy-matchy, you get a much homier feel, that it'll feel personalized and it's only yours. Designing with surprises could mean weird pops of color. You know, take that step outside of your color palette and do an accent color or a pop of something surprising. It can be mixing different styles. I hear people stress a lot about pinning down one style. What do I call my style? And the truth is, if you're designing in a personal way, that homey feeling, it's gonna mix a bunch of styles. So I personally lean pretty traditional. There's some parts of my home that are like very colonial inspired, but then I make sure to throw in modern accessories, and it just feels like a very custom perspective. I think it can really trip people up to feel like they have to get their space perfect, or like there's one answer in how to design your room, like what's the design answer, but there really isn't. And instead of aiming for perfection, I think it can be better to aim for friction. Friction and like a surprising choice or something that's a little offbeat is what's gonna make your home actually feel like a designer did it, like it's completely customized and unique, but also that it's very personally your home, very cozy and welcoming. For example, in my own bedroom, I decided to use wallpaper in a weird way and wallpaper the ceiling. It feels shocking, surprising, and it feels very much like my home space. And then I chose to do just like a renter-friendly tile on the fireplace, and the patterns don't quite match. They're not exactly complementary. They're not totally matchy-matchy or predictable, but the pairing of them together feels very uniquely me, and when I'm there, it feels like my home, not an Instagram picture, not a Pinterest pin. It feels very much like my home in a distinct way. You can design with surprises by kind of going against some of the design rules. I love seeing artwork hung really low to the ground. Some people will tell you you can't do that, but you literally can, and it's so fun and it feels so personal and welcoming in a way because there's character to it. It's really character that you're going for. I love when there's like a really weird specific nook or wall space in a home that feels strange, but somebody really hypes it up or like leans into it. Those kinds of choices feel like that's what imbues the character and coziness into your space. To me, a cozy space is definitely one that I feel like I can relax in and live in and not have to be like on my toes or watching what I touch or not put my feet on that. I'm putting my feet on that. Whatever it is, I'm putting my feet on it. And I'm very inclined to breaking things or scratching things. A cozy space to me is one that welcomes people really living in it, relaxing. You don't have to always be on your best behavior, so I love furniture that's really durable. Maybe it means fabrics and patterns that are very forgiving to stains or to kids' crayons or to animal hair, whatever that is. Durability and livability in your home also means really thinking about like the flow of furniture. What is the quickest path between two doorways, and is there furniture in the way of that path? Take it out of the way. What is the path that you're always taking to go from your dining table over to the kitchen? If it's a really annoying route, I'm gonna be mad every time. So coziness is a lot about making the function of your space, letting it embrace the fact that real people, busy people, tired people, messy people are living there. I mentioned that light is one of the textures I recommend you consider in your space, and I personally love when a space has lots of natural light, but if you don't have natural light, you don't have to be sad. A great way to add warmth, coziness, that kind of like snug feel is with your lamp lighting. I'd say get away from the candle lights, get away from the ceiling lights if we can. It's not cute and it doesn't feel nice to me. Any given space can go for about 3 different light sources: a lamp, a sconce, floor lamp, table lamp, whatever. Picture frame. What are those ones that hang over pictures? Those. It doesn't have to be 3, there's no hard rules, but getting that variety of lamp light always has a warm glow, always feels, it has that like snug, cozy feeling. Also, lamps are pieces of art. I love to invest in lamps. They're the jewelry of your home. They're little sculptures, so I love getting a lamp that has a really neat profile or incorporates some curves or has a weird lampshade, and it can add so much character to an otherwise very, simple space. For any cozy home, cozy space you've ever visited, I promise you that their artwork and their decor has been collected and curated over time. It's really, really hard to make a space feel super homey just in like 1 month of purchases, or just moving into a brand new space and buying all the furniture within that year. The best route to a cozy space is curating over time. And the good news with that is that like there's no rush. You're gonna keep building it throughout your life as long as it feels fun. And it means that you don't have to wait for your forever home, in order to start building your collection of pieces you love. I think a lot of people think like, oh, I don't own my home yet, or this isn't my final home, so I'm gonna hold off. And I think it's really great to start earlier so that by the time you do move into that forever home, you've got this whole collection of memories and really varied different experiences. That's what's gonna make it feel lived in. That's what's gonna make a space feel immediately homey and immediately yours. So you definitely don't have to wait to the forever home to start investing in stuff. Invest in things you can take with you. That could be art pieces, accessories, decor pieces, chairs, glassware. I basically cannot stop collecting glassware, and it's like the height of personalization to me. I also love leaning into the weird thing every once in a while. There's a little weirdo in all of us, and I think the fun part of decorating and designing, it's a little bit of self-exploration, like figuring out what is that weird preference that you have that maybe not everybody likes, and how do you incorporate that into your space. That's a home. Those are some of my favorite tips for adding coziness to your space, but the TLDR is just have fun with it. Lean into that weird thing you like. Stop second guessing what you're excited about. It's your home. Decorating should be an experiment and fun, and when you lean into those things, it's gonna feel like yours and it's gonna feel like a home. If you liked this video, remember to like the video and subscribe to Handmade for more videos like this.